Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So, I guess this is my first video here, and it's recapping night one of Wrestlemania 40. I watched it with my wife and my dad since I was a little kid, before, I went to university or moved across the world 10 years ago. We're finally back in Canada, and I get to watch wrestling with my daddy, and it was a big thing, always watching Wrestlemania. So we get to do that, and so he came on over. My little man, he was up for a little bit of it, and I think he fell in love, at least with Rhea Ripley. But we watched Wrestlemania 40 night one, and it was a blast. Oh my God, so good, so good. We did predictions. My wife, who for the past 10 years, we've been doing this Wrestlemania prediction. She kind of asked some questions about like who's fighting who, what's kind of the story and stuff. She gets a few things from like Instagram. She was watching The Rock's promos on Instagram and stuff. So she has some idea what's going on, and she wins like every time in predictions. I don't know how it works, but she pulls it off. Spoilers, not this year. Not this year, but it was so fun. It was so fun. So we had all the matches, and then we just picked the winners. So I'm gonna talk about our predictions. We'll talk about the match and then my thoughts. So if I can remember the order correctly, so we had, before I guess any match, Triple H coming out and saying like "Welcome to WrestleMania." So cool, so cool. But we had Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch, and this was freaking awesome. Like Becky held her own, but like they made Rhea look strong, and they made Becky like she's gonna keep coming. Rhea's gonna need to do everything to defeat her, and she had to. It was so good. Myself and my dad, we picked Rhea to win. My wife, she loves Becky Lynch. She's like, she's got to do it. She's got to do it. I think Rhea's gonna win, but I can't. I gotta pick with my heart, and her heart failed her. Her heart failed her. Rhea Ripley wins with the Riptide. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. It was brutal. So that was awesome. I'm not gonna do like a 5-star thing. I'm gonna do like a recommend or not recommend. I recommend watching this match. It was so good. After that, we had the ladder match. We were talking beforehand, and we're looking at the team, and my wife's upset because Otis isn't in there. But I was like, oh no, he was in the big battle royale on SmackDown, so she has to watch that later because she loves Otis. We went live a couple years ago. She yelled out, "Otis, have my baby," and I think he gave her a little look. She loves him. But yeah, so I had Awesome Truth winning. My wife took the Brits. What are they called? The I don't even remember what their name is, but Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, Catch Republic. So she was pumped with them because she had to look like where they were from in the UK. My wife's British, so her and my dad picked the Brits, the Catch Republic, and I picked Awesome Truth. And the match was fun, man. When Austin Theory and Grayson Waller won, we're all like, what the hell? But then my wife's like, hey, wait. They only grabbed one of the belts. It's like, oh yes, yeah, you got to grab both. So the match continues. It was cool, like the R-Truth spot, like wanting to get tagged in because it's still comedy as heck. He's so funny, and then like the crowd like pointing like, R-Truth, you have to go climb, and eventually he did. I'm getting ahead of myself. When the Grayson Waller goes through the ladder, that was so cool. There was a bit of panic when The Miz and Damian Priest were on that ladder that was already broken. But so many cool spots. They DIY did the get the tables and stuff. It was so cool. And then R-Truth getting his first WrestleMania win, pulling down the belts with The Miz there celebrating. You see the picture of them with Triple H in the backstage after. Like, you get a little bit choked up. It was so cool. So that was awesome. I got that point, which was good. So and my wife and father didn't, but. Yeah, what a good match. That's a recommend as well. That's a recommend. A ladder match with all those teams in. You're getting some crazy high spots. It was really well done. Then we had, if I can remember correctly, I think it was Dominic and Santos Escobar versus Rey and Andrade. And I thought Carlito was going to turn on Rey, but maybe they're saving this now because he got passed up for Dragon Lee, got passed up for Andrade. But in this match, Like Andrade did a moonsault, landed on his feet, and then did another moonsault on the ground on Dominic. Dominic getting all the hate, which is great. Santos Escobar is brilliant. And then Rey Mysterio is just Rey Mysterio. This is just a fun match. You got the like LWO and was it Legada del Fantasma? I don't really know how to say it. Like they did their spots as well. Cena Vega got in there. It was just good fun. I'm gonna recommend this one as well. I'm gonna recommend this one. I got it wrong. I thought, and my wife got it wrong. We thought Dirty Dom was gonna get the win over his dad this year because he didn't the previous year. She loved that Dominic lost last time against Ray. She's like, he's got to get the win now, and then he can have the trilogy next year. I was like, wow, look at you booking ahead. So we got it wrong, but my dad got it right. He's cruising, he's crushing it. Again, that's a recommend of a match for me. You had Jay versus Jimmy. I picked Jimmy. I thought they were going to give the older brother the win here. They didn't. My dad and my wife picked Jey Uso, and when I was like, you know, like it was okay. It was super kick frenzy a bit. Like it wasn't the best match ever, but it was cool that it was just 1-on-1. And like my wife turned, she was like, I think they made it like, okay, it's just brother versus brother. If there's interference there, then it's, you can't really say like you're the better twin or whatever. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. And I did, and then Jimmy's like, don't kick me, you're help me up. And then of course my wife's just like, no, Jay, don't do it, no, right into it. I loved it. And then of course he gets super kicked and then splashed, but Jay comes back and beats his brother, and that was pretty cool. I'll take that L. I thought it was really cool. I thought they were just gonna have Jimmy do that, but like my wife's like, Jay, you're not this stupid. But yeah, a little bit. It's his brother, you know. But he comes back, he beats him. That was cool. I recommend this match as well. Is it the best match? No, it was probably like, I would say the worst one of the night. But it was still fun. So you know I'm going to recommend everything else. Then you go to Damage Control, which my wife loves Asuka, and she didn't really know the backstory. She knew like Bailey and Dakota Kai and Io Sky were bad Damage Control because we've seen them live before. But last time we saw them live 2 years ago, Asuka and I think it was Alexa Bliss were teaming up fighting Damage Control, and she loves Asuka. She thinks she's wild. So when she's coming out and she's still dancing, she's dancing to like Bianca Belair and Jade and Naomi's music, and she goes, I just love her. She's living her best life. And I had to tell her that she's bad. And she goes, no, she can't be. She can't be like she is. She goes, oh. She picked the others. She picked Jade and Bianca and Naomi, and it was a good match. She got to show everyone's power and strength. Naomi, she looked all right. Liv said, well, my wife said that she thought she was probably like, she felt that she was, what'd she say? She's like, the moves looked too rehearsed at times, and I agree. Some of the moves, it was like she was just giving up a little bit too much, and I've seen that since coming back. To be honest with you, kind of saw it at Mania. Her weave almost fell off. My wife, knowing all that stuff, let me know. She's like, that she's gonna have some trouble tonight. Try to keep that on. But it was cool. Like Bianca showing her strength, Jade coming in, doing all her moves, and Damage Control doing their job. I actually love Damage Control. Hopefully they get on a win streak. Dakota Kai being a leader of it, I think is great. Asuka, Kairi Sane, so good. So good. It was nice to see the other three do their things, and yeah, like you have to. We're gonna Jade versus Bianca eventually, right? You have to. There's so many potential matchups there. I love it. So Jade gets the win. They all hit their finishers or whatever. Jade gets the win. She has the little like cover the leg, lean back, tongue thing, and it was cool. We all get a point there. This match was fun. I thought it might be like the worst one on the card, and then you realize who's actually in it. You're like, no, this is gonna be fire. So that's a complete recommend as well. We also had Gunther versus Sammy. I went for Gunther. My wife wanted Sammy. She goes, I love Sami Zayn. He's going to win. He's got to do it. And then they show like him with his wife and son backstage and that transition to coming out. And it was so smooth. And she goes, oh, I want him to win so bad. But she picks Gunther because she goes, they won't give it to him, right? If Cody wins on Sunday, Sammy can't win, can he? you can't do it. Like, he's just the biggest underdog. She's like, I'm gonna pick Gunther, and she went with her head instead of her heart, and Sammy pulled it off in one hard hitting. Like, Gunther chest covered in red, Sammy just battered, bruised everywhere. There's chops, there's slaps, there's kicks, there's punches, there's freaking suplexes left and right. Both guys, kicks to the face. Gunther just yipping at Sammy's wife, and he's just beating Sammy down, beating Sammy down, beating Sammy down. We're gonna go quick through this one. What a phenomenal match! Like, recommend. Holy crap! Like, wrestling match, best of the night. Now the main event, you know, we'll get to it, but like, this match was so good. And then you see Sammy kind of freaking out in the ring, and Gunther's shocked eyes, like, what the hell? Like, I've given everything, kind of like what Rhea with Becky. I should have probably made this connection, was kind of doing, but Sammy's going, and he's kind of hulking up, and he's going crazy, and he's like, this kid's gonna do it. I'm getting chills right now thinking about it. And he's going. Gunther comes back, and he's already hit like 3 splashes on him. He goes, and Sammy, boom, as Gunther goes up for the top rope, hell of a kick. Boom, next corner, hell of a kick. Hell of a kick. He pins him 1, 2, 3, and I swear I saw Sammy. I don't know. You might have seen. It might just be me wishing he did it. But when he pinned him, it was 1, 2, and he's about to count to 3. I swear Sammy said thank you to Gunther. 3, everyone goes nuts, like tears in the crowd. It was so cool. Like, I'm buzzing right now thinking about it. And like, Sammy dethrones Gunther 666 days as champion. Like, this guy's going to the main event, right? He's got a Reigns, Rhodes, Rollins, McIntyre. Give Gunther all the chance. Like, he's that like wrestling heel that everyone wants to face. You got Punk and AJ Styles, Randy, all of them. Like, he's ready for that next step, and it's now turn for Sammy to go. Him and Chad Gable are definitely gonna have a great series of matches, but so good. Oh my gosh, what an Intercontinental Championship fight. And like, Gunther went out like, he lost the title, and he lost it in a great way. And like, Sammy hulking up, it was just so cool. It was like, oh my god, is he gonna do it? And I loved how what did my wife say? It was like Corey Graves talking about, like, there's no way he can do it, whatever. And then my wife's like, they're gonna do us do a bait and switch. Like, they're saying he can't do it, and then he's gonna do this fire up thing, and then he's not gonna do it. But it was the other way around. And like, she was pumped. She cheered like crazy, and then she realized she didn't get the point. She goes, I don't care. My dad got the point. But what a freaking great match. This one, again, like I'm going to say, best wrestling match of the night. Best wrestling match of the night. Top tier. You need to watch this match. Then we go to the main event. 45 minutes this was. The entrances alone. Cody Rhodes' entrance. Seth Rollins. Everyone. I don't know what Seth Rollins was wearing. It was really weird. The little cap thing there. He was kind of uncomfortable doing like one of these things with his head to move. But hey, that's Seth Rollins. And The Rock comes out. He's got his vest on. He's got his People's Champ belt, which is so cool. I would love to have that. And then you get the Tribal Chief coming out. Match starts off slow. It's very like Rock Hogan, Warrior Hogan, like stare down. Everyone's staring down. A couple moves, stare down. The first like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you're like, ooh, like, what's this match gonna be? And then it goes from like, to boo. It went like, from like, they're going like 10 miles an hour right up to like 150. And they go out into the crowd, and they're spitting Prime at each other, and they're going through the Prime bottle set, and they're going through through tables, and then they're getting whacked and all this other stuff, and it was just pure cinema. You had The Rock going for the People's Elbow, Cody Rhodes getting up, hitting that Cody cutter. You had Roman Reigns spearing The Rock. You had Cody getting the 1 crossroads, 2 crossroads, going for the 3, just like last year where Solo Sikoa spikes him, but instead this time it's The Rock with the belt, boom, and he's chatting absolute shit to Mama Rose, and Mama Rose is going back at him, and it's great. And oh, I forgot, like, Cody gave the belt to Brandy's father. It was so cute, battling cancer and all that, amazing. But we're gonna transition back in, and there's so many moves. Rock's at Roman Reigns, he hits the spear on Cody, and then Roman tags in The Rock. But before that, the reason Seth Rollins isn't in, his knee's all buggered up. Roman speared Seth Rollins through the guardrail. Cody Rhodes rock bottoms The Rock off the Spanish announce table through like Corey Graves in their announce table. But anyway, Roman was whatever. Rock whips Cody after trying to hit the third crossroads. Roman spears him, tags in The Rock, rock bottom, people's elbow, boom, win. God, that was 45 minutes within like 30 seconds, which just so much happened. So much happened. It was so good. And my brain can't fathom it. Slow build, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a bit of a slog, and then just boom, and they knew what they were doing. They did. And you finish off, Bloodline wins. Cody's distraught in the ring. Seth Rollins, like, it's going to be okay. His knee's all buggered. Drew McIntyre's probably big old smiles in the back tonight. I'm making this on Sunday. It's going to be huge. Spoilers, McIntyre for the win, maybe. Probably. That's what I'm going for anyway. But, like, it was so good. You have to have Bloodline rules, and then you can get, like, you know, the Avengers assemble. John Cena comes out. Whoever else comes out. You got to have that, right? Oh, man. What a main event. Like, I just tongue-tied the whole time there. I was just all over the place, and that's what it felt like, fighting in the stands. The only one gripe is when The Rock and Seth Rollins were in the crowd, and they barely shot the Cody and Roman on the stage. It'd be nice if they did the split screen a little bit more so you could see what's happening both ways. They mainly focus on The Rock and Seth Rollins, which kind of makes sense to me because you're going to get Roman versus Cody night 2, so focus on Rock, Seth Rollins there. But it was so good. I thought The Rock looked phenomenal. Think about it. He's 51 years old. Hasn't had like a big wrestling match in like a decade. I saw someone post like it's probably his best wrestling match in 20 years. Yeah, probably. I thought he did phenomenal. That was great. I thought Roman Reigns carried the match. He was great. He looked phenomenal. My gosh, I had to tell my wife to calm down. But at the same time, like, yeah, to be fair, yeah. He was phenomenal, Roman Reigns tonight, or last night, and The Rock, and Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes, all 4 guys just, it was, like I said, pure cinema. So good. What a way to finish WrestleMania 40, night 1. You have to watch it. You have to watch it from start to finish. You'll understand the slow build, and then all of a sudden, boom, and they give it to you. I like how someone put, like, this is Infinity War tonight, night 2 is Endgame, 100%. So, we all got that one right. We picked The Rock and Roman Reigns. Phenomenal. WrestleMania 40, night 1. Highly recommend. Everyone must watch this. So good. I loved it. Oh, that's all I got. Every match recommend. Every match. Watch night 1 of WrestleMania. That's it. There's my recap. There's my review. There's my reaction. Do it again for night 2. Take care, everyone. See you later.